Hi, my name is Matthew Spicer, and I'm a staff writer here at Fundera. In my role, I write a lot about how to start new businesses. A question I often get asked by prospective business owners is which industries are the most profitable when it comes to launching a new business, and I often tell them healthcare. First of all, America is getting older. By 2030, the Census Bureau projects 1/5 of Americans will be 65 years or older. That will be the first time in history the number of Americans over 65 will surpass the number of Americans under the age of 18. This has caused a spike in healthcare-related jobs. In fact, these types of jobs are expected to grow by 18% from 2016 to 2026, which is much faster than the average for all occupations. There have also been a lot of new developments in the healthcare industry, be it through medical and technological advancements, more interest in health and wellness, or industry innovators like ZocDoc and Flatiron Health. Because of these factors, global healthcare spending is expected to rise 5.4% annually to just over 10 trillion by 2022. That's 1 percentage point faster than the national GDP is expected to grow during that same time. In other words, there's a ton of opportunity here. In this video, we're going to provide you with 7 different healthcare business ideas that will help you get a foothold in this booming industry. All of these ideas represent a viable way to make a living, and some can even be performed from the convenience of your own home. Let's get started. Our first idea is to start a drug treatment facility or rehabilitation center. Sadly, drug treatment and rehabilitation centers are sorely needed as America faces the scourge of the opioid epidemic. Every day, over 115 Americans die after overdosing on opioids, making this one of the worst national health crises in American history. Clearly, there's a need for rehab and drug treatment facilities. And if you're motivated to help others, there are few occupations more personally fulfilling. Now, opening a drug treatment center won't be easy. You'll have to make a significant initial investment in your facility and staff. And these costs vary depending on the location of your facility, the type of treatment you're offering, and other factors. To start, you'll need to determine the level of treatment you want to provide. Typically, rehab centers either offer inpatient or outpatient services. To help you determine the type of care your facility should provide, perform a feasibility study. A feasibility study will help you determine exactly what kind of care is needed in your area. For example, it's more feasible to open a treatment facility in rural Ohio, where opioid deaths are much higher than the national average, than it is in West Palm Beach, Florida, an area that is saturated with treatment facilities. Next, you'll need to obtain a license to provide treatment in your state. Licensing heavily takes into account your facility's policies and procedures, so make sure you have an in-depth plan on how you'll provide treatment and then that plan is airtight. Finally, you'll need to market your facility. At first, you'll probably do this through traditional advertising channels, but if you provide quality care, your clients will end up referring others to your rehab center. Operating a drug treatment facility is complex work, so let's dial it back and provide you with a much simpler healthcare business idea. Medical transcription services. Medical transcriptionists listen to voice recordings from doctors and nurses and turn them into written documents for patients' records. Medical transcriptionists can work in a hospital, a doctor's office, or their own home. Plus, there is no formal education needed beyond a high school diploma, although previous writing or transcription experience doesn't hurt. While not required, it might help your job prospects to earn a credential as a Registered Healthcare Documentation Specialist, or RHDS, or Certified Healthcare Documentation Specialist, also known as CHDS. To earn the RHDS certification, you'll need to take an exam that tests your basic knowledge of medical terminology as well as your English language abilities. You'll need 2 years of work experience to receive your CHDS credential. If you're looking for a more tech-forward approach to healthcare, consider launching your own healthcare app. This is perhaps one of the most lucrative sectors of the healthcare industry. A recent study found that the mobile healthcare app industry is expected to grow from $8 billion in 2018 to over $111 billion by 2025. This explosion in growth is being led by consumer healthcare apps like Fitbit, which helps users track their daily physical activity. There's also Headspace, a popular app for guided meditation. If you have a background in app development and an original idea for how users can take care of themselves, this could be the perfect entry point for you into the healthcare industry. Just make sure you know who your target audience is and that the app is simple and intuitive. Don't have a revelatory idea for an app? That's okay. There are a lot of opportunities to help doctors digitize their infrastructure. For instance, you could design an app that provides a mobile view of a healthcare provider's patient portal. This allows patients to access valuable healthcare information on the go. Just make sure your app is safe and secure, especially because you'll be dealing with patients' personal medical records. As we grow old, we may need someone to take care of us. That's the inspiration behind our fourth healthcare business idea: senior home care services. Every day in the United States, 10,000 people turn 65 years old, and many of them want to stay in their own home rather than go to an assisted living facility. This opens up plenty of opportunities for nurses, therapists, and personal aides. In fact, this is one of the fastest growing industries in the country, with the number of jobs expected to rise by 41% by 2026. In order to provide senior care services, you'll need to obtain a license in your state. Similar to operating a rehab center, this typically requires you providing your state with a set of policies and procedures. Depending on your state, you may also need to go through a training program. If you want to be able to charge higher rates for your services, you can obtain a Medicare or Medicaid certification from your state. Then it's just a matter of advertising your services. The National Home Care Association of America and the National Association of Home Care and Hospice are good places to start marketing your services. Personal training is a $9 billion industry with a low bar for entry and a lot of flexibility. If you're passionate about fitness, this may be the perfect healthcare business idea for you. As a personal trainer, you'll work one-on-one with a client to develop and implement a fitness training regimen that helps them lose weight, get stronger, improve physical performance, or maintain their health. What's more, most personal trainers charge between $40 an hour and $70 an hour. Not bad. To develop your market as a personal trainer, pick a specialty, such as occupational therapy or strength and conditioning. Next, you'll want to get credentialed from the American Council on Exercise or the National Academy of Sports Medicine. Then it's all about perfecting your routine and building out your roster of clients. Many personal trainers start by working at their local gym, as this is a great way to meet prospective customers. It would also be wise to market your services on social media. Are you afraid of needles? Then our sixth healthcare business idea, acupuncturist, probably isn't for you. Acupuncture utilizes tiny needles carefully placed at specific pressure points on the patient's body to relieve a variety of physical and physiological issues. And there is a growing demand for this form of alternative medicine. Acupuncturist jobs are expected to increase at a rate of 9% over the next few years. What's more, an acupuncturist commands an annual salary north of $70,000 per year. However, it is a virtual requirement in any state to graduate from an accredited school of acupuncture with a master's degree in acupuncture or acupuncture and oriental medicine in order to become an acupuncturist. Take note that these programs can last 3 to 4 years. Once you have your degree though, you can open up your own acupuncturist business in your home or go to work in clinics, cancer treatment facilities, or in large medical systems like the VA. Our last idea is to open a medical marijuana dispensary. New state laws legalizing the usage of marijuana have helped generate a rosy outlook on the future of this industry. In fact, the legal marijuana industry is expected to grow nearly 24% by 2025. However, there are still a considerable amount of hurdles to overcome if you wish to operate your own dispensary. First of all, you need to understand all your state laws regarding recreational cannabis, medicinal marijuana, and CBD products down to a T. Going in uninformed is a surefire way to get you into legal trouble. Next, you'll need to obtain a retailer license from your state's regulatory agency in order to sell marijuana products. Similar to liquor licenses, most states usually cap the number of marijuana licenses they will distribute. If they do, you'll have to try and buy a retailer license from an existing business. There are also state laws around security, advertising, transporting your product, and where a medical marijuana dispensary can be located. And if that's not enough, keep in mind that startup costs are steep and banks are often hesitant to issue loans for these types of businesses. But if you're passionate about pot and its healing abilities, this can be a fun and rewarding industry to work in. And that wraps up our list of healthcare business ideas. We hope we've helped you get the wheels turning on your own healthcare business idea. Remember, if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. So helping others get healthy and stay healthy is a commendable business venture. Check out Fundera.com for more tips on starting and maintaining a business. And subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.